Hey, good morning, my friends, in the International Women Build Confidence Conference. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing well. Now, I said all throughout the remainder of the year, you're going to be seeing me more. You're going to be seeing my travels. You're going to be seeing me because I want you to know that 2021 is absolutely not over. And I want you to know that sometimes we just need a moment to completely upgrade. And sometimes we need a moment to say, hold on now. Wait a minute, let me remind myself of some of the things I said I wanted to accomplish. So I know it's probably going to be a shocker to you when you see me in some of the places I'll be, particularly this week. And for those of you who watch and tune in, I have some special surprises for you. So I want to say good morning. And I want to ask this question. First of all, how are you doing? Make sure you comment and watch below. And secondly, let me know if you're a Spark member. Let me know if you're new, because I've got a lot of things that I want to talk to you about. Now, look, I think it's interesting when we get to this time of the year, simply because, let's face it, we've only got a few more months, although it feels warm. We've only got a few more months in the remaining portion of 2021. And what I want you to know is this is the time to get really, really clear about some of the goals that you have been striving for. And I also want to say this is the time, if we haven't seen you, we haven't gotten an introduction of you, feel free to post a photo and a bio about who you are, because this tribe is really all about building community. This tribe is all about having real conversation. And can I just tell you, you guys rocked it with the emails. You answered my questions. You talked about your fears. You talked about what you want to do this year. You talked about revenue goals. You talked about making new friends. You talked about leaving stagnant relationships. And today, when I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about, I realized, you know what? This is a good time to ask this one question. What would you do if you only had 120 days left on the planet to live? How would you change? Even with everything going on right now, if you knew you only had 120 days, what would you do differently? Now, definitely go and watch my TEDx talk, because I talk about that. But sometimes we need that urgency, that reminder that, wait a minute, what am I doing? Why am I doing it? And am I having a good time doing it? Because a lot of times when I coach so many of you, or even when I give a talk, there always seems to be this burden over the individual sometimes. Like, I just got to get there. But sometimes when we're operating out of a level of anxiety, it's hard to really see the outcome of what we're hoping for. So I want to encourage you to really take a moment and ask that question. What would I really do if I only had 120 days left on the planet? And you know what? I decided to pull out my book, Chronicles of a Poet. And if you guys don't have this book and you like poetry, definitely go and get the book. But when I was writing this for myself, it was in a really interesting time. And I was really, going through a number of things with regards to my health and wellness. And I was like, Alana, what would you really do if you only had 120 days? So I know so many of you watch this now or later. And if you tune in on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or anywhere you see me, I want you to know that you can always upgrade. And look, nobody has to know you're doing the upgrade. You just make that decision that you want to upgrade. And you can also make the decision, you know what? I don't like what's happening right now, and it's time for me to do something different. So when I wrote this poem, it was really like a wake-up call to myself, to remind myself, hold up now, whose life am I living? And what are some of the reasons, what are some of the things that I can do immediately to allow my life to change? So one of the things I had to do, or one of the things I realized, was when I would go and speak, people would always say, well, where's your book? Or where can I learn more about what services? Services? I didn't have any services to offer. I had no services to offer. I thought that I was doing it out of passion. Why would anybody pay me for it? And that's how I was. But I then realized, wait a minute, do I value myself? Do I value my journey? Do I value all the years it took for me to become who you see me today? So I'm not going to read the entire poem, but I'm just going to read some of it. But it says, what would you do with 120 days you have been trying to see things through? The life I had before it was full of uncertainty. It was clogged like pus formed in a broken hair follicle. I mean, it was vague like a blurry vision of Michelangelo's greatest work. It was crushed like a smoothie with no syrup, broken like a shattered piece of glass on a carpet, squeamish like a snake slithering through my past, my present, and my future. And I was contained like cookies in a cookie jar. Woo! Hidden on a countertop away from reach. Sloppy like ketchup on a white t-shirt. I mean, do you hear and do you see that at that time, I just felt invisible and something had to wake me up? You know, and for me, what woke me up was if I only had this 120 days, I would live in complete resentment because I never took the time to show up for my goals, to write those books, to do those speaking engagements. 2 snaps, y'all, for those of you who watch later. But I want you to know, and if you're watching right now, definitely just comment so I can say hi to you. But I want you to know, look, your aha moment could be right now. Your drastic action could be right now. So for me, when I wrote that 120-day poem, my whole entire life changed. And I literally woke up the very next day and started writing the very first paragraph of my very first book. And you know what? You can do the same. It might not be a book for you. It might be trying to get your first client. It might be maybe you're an artist and you've never kind of taken your art to the extent that you would like it to. So today might be that day where you do something different. But look, you can always make the decision to simply say, I can and I will upgrade my life. Now, if you watched this and you enjoyed it, please sign up to come to the Upgrade My Life in Biz Challenge happening in October, all about how to become a micro influencer. I believe that when we are kind of activated, we do more than we ever thought was possible. So that's it for me. If you want a virtual pass to stop into one of our group coaching sessions, definitely comment below, #UPML. Please give me more information, and I would definitely love to hook you up. That's it for me. You guys take care. Have a beautiful day. And Spark members, I'll see you soon.